Hello there everyone, my name is Pasqualo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today is going to be a very quick video because I'm currently in Spain, in Barcelona, on a very important financial conference. And I was there as a speaker, so I have a lunch that I have to run to right now. But today is a very important day, guys and girls. So today, with any further ado, if you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and share this video if you feel like doing so, and spreading the word of this awesome content would be very much appreciated. There is a share button down below here on YouTube. No shills today, can you believe it? Let's just get right into it. So before we talk about technicals, because there is an important small breakdown happening, which we're going to talk about. But before we do, today is a very important day, and I warned you about this day. And that is number one, we're going to be seeing, Jesus, where is it? So we're gonna be seeing the PCE data come out today. It's going to come out, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, as you can see right here. So that's going to be very important. It's going to be published on investing.com, the fastest one. The actual government website is much slower for some reason than investing.com. And we're going to talk about, as you can see here, the forecast and the actual. But as you will see actually here that the percentages are different. So we're going to talk about what the difference is. We're going to talk about some interesting news and some predictions, etc. And we also are going to talk about the price targets, my trade, and what I'm doing, etc. So right now, what is important for us is also the fact that today we have the speech by Jerome Powell today at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Guys, you can go to federalreserve.gov, news, events, and calendar. And there is a link to a live stream right here that you can actually watch this as a live stream. And we really want to see what Jerome Powell is going to say. Is he going to say that there's going to be easing? Is he going to say that it's going to be more harsh? What is he going to say? And it's going to come right after the announcement of the PCE data. So a lot of volatility is coming to the markets. We're going to discuss it in just a second. So when it comes to, let's go through these things right here. So Fed's preferred inflation gauge expected to show a slowdown. So basically this is the PCE, that's what we are talking about. So and the expectations, we're gonna go down here. We're actually gonna find the expectation that it's going to be 4.7 from 4.8, so a reduction of 0.1. But we are seeing that that's what we are also seeing in investing. We're seeing that the forecast is 4.7. So let's quickly talk about, so you're not confused, because in the PCE gauge right here on the official website we see 6.8. So for that we need to go to current release, and the current release is going to open up, and what the world is interested in is the PCE excluding food and energy. Basically, this is the one that the world is very interested in. So the rest is the full PCE is including food and energy, and we already know that the oil has gone down drastically, and it still is showing some signs of potential recovery in terms of the price, which I told you about before, which is pretty bad. So but at this time we are currently in this PCE, we're gonna already price in the drop in oil. So we're really interested in other stuff, and if other stuff is going to be bad, if this is going to show instead of 4.7 expected, if it's going to show 4.8 or 4.9 or higher, this is definitely the time to short Bitcoin, in my personal humble opinion. And then of course wait for Jerome Powell's speech and see what he says, because he's probably going to address the PCE data as well. But if it's going to be something even better than expectations, if it's going to be 4.7, then I'm definitely going to close my short trade, and I'm going to definitely potentially even open a long trade. And if it's going to be better than 4.7, it's going to be pretty huge as well. But again, we'll wait for a confirmation when it comes to the speech of Jerome Powell, because my short trade is still open over on BitGet, and again, all the bonuses to all the exchanges down below if you want to be trading yourself. That says the fastest shield ever. Let me know down in the comments if you prefer these kinds of shields, not the long ones, but the long ones work better, so that's why we have long ones usually. So let's quickly talk about, we've spoken about this, so the expectation itself for PCE, and this is also a very interesting one, that analysts say that Bitcoin is weakening, and that's why we shorted Bitcoin, and you all know this already, and we've made good money, and congratulations to my community. And by the way, join my free Telegram Telegram channel, link down in the description. But crypto markets can rally this week after Fed's meeting. And so that's basically, let's not go through all of this. It's pretty much the same that I've just described. So there are many analysts who have the same kind of an outlook for PCE plus Jerome Powell's speech. And lastly, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong makes big crypto predictions as BlackRock and Meta enter the space. So the reason why I picked this article is because a lot of people are actually looking at these kinds of things and they're seeing that the narrative is starting to change, that the narrative starts to become better and more positive, and we're starting to see some bigger pumps to the upside, if you can call this bigger pumps to the upside. So, but I don't want you to get too excited, because if we see the chart, and let's currently get to the targets, we'll see that in the daily chart, and again, Armstrong is right, because in a long-term perspective, Bitcoin is going to hit far beyond $100,000 for sure. But in the immediate short-term perspective, we have to look at the details and the technicals, and especially in macroeconomics. So that's what I'm teaching you here on this YouTube channel. So in the daily chart, we obviously are seeing that we are still stuck in this vicinity. It's absolutely crazy in between these two levels. And actually what I did yesterday, I did small readjustments with the yellow line. So this is very important resistance for us. So this area to pass. And right now, sadly, we're breaking down from this whole squeezing in this vicinity. But again, this is just a small one, super short term. Again, as target here is $21,126. And I'm expecting the breakout of this channel, obviously after the release of PCE data, and you already know what to expect. Anything above 4.7 shorting Bitcoin, anything better than 4.7 or 4.7, you at least can consider closing your short trade and opening it even potentially a long trade, plus Jerome Powell's comments, because it's very important to understand that Jerome Powell, I mean, we are still actually, this is also something I forgot to mention, guys, and also have to go back here, because what they are saying in this article is that even though we are potentially going to see a peak, well, we've seen peak inflation in CPI and potentially right now in PCE, it's not likely that, well, let's read this right here. So we expect the Fed to push back against any notion of quick pivot to rate cuts, wrote Bank of America Securities economist. Powell is likely to repeat that the Fed will keep this most important. Powell is likely to repeat that Fed will keep policy restrictive until it has clear and convincing evidence that PCE inflation is on a path to average 2% over time. So I would not really be expecting from Powell much. So it's going to be incredibly positive during his speech today. I mean, it's going to be incredibly positive if he's going to say something mega positive and something different from what we just read right here. So keep that in mind in terms of his speech. So, and again, technically, if we break below here, below 21K with, for example, bad PCE, then our target, the first initial target is going to probably be around 20K. But then I think that we can even retest the lower vicinity. So that's why I'm keeping my short trade for now. But if we're going to go higher on some good news, then if we break above on everything that I've just explained, exactly spot on, and call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now, and thank you in advance. If we break above 22K in this vicinity, then I would probably say that our first target, first line of defense is going to be 22,700, and then again $24,000. So that's what I have for you today. Here's my free course on crypto if you want to check it out and learn how to use different exchanges, how to trade, how to understand the market, etc. And if you're a beginner, that's for you. Check it out. It's going to save you a lot of time as well as money. And as always, stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.